everybody. Hi, this is Marta with Universal Power Tarot, and these messages we bring you today are supposed to encourage, elevate, and empower you guys. Hello, my friends. How are you? I thought it would be really nice if we did another pick a card since we haven't done one in a while. And this one is specifically for those of you that are feeling stuck in any kind of a relationship. That could be a love or romantic relationship. It could be with a family member, with a friend, or even with a passed on loved one, or with an ex that you're still stuck with energetically, so you don't even have to be in an actual relationship with that person anymore, right? And this reading is supposed to give you, first of all, clarity. It shows you the situation, like very clearly what's going on, and all the energetic ties, karmic ties, soul ties, whatever it is. And it also then gives you a solution of how you can handle the situation so you can untangle everything, right, to your likings. And that's what the pick a card here is all about. We have 3 different piles. The first pile is the tiger eye. So really feel into those piles, which one is for you, right? You may want to pause the video also to just energetically feel which one is for you. We have the second pile with the pyrite and the third pile with the fossil, okay? So really feel into it, take your time, and since this is a timeless one, you may come back at any time that you so wish. Whenever you feel stuck in any kind of a relationship, go ahead and pick your pile here. All right, I'll see you at your pile, guys. Hi guys, welcome to your pile, which is pile 1 with the tiger eye. We're gonna hop right into your reading, and you do have absence. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, they say, but we'll see if that's true in your case. This is kind of like in the dreamscape is what I just heard, in the dreamscape as well. So you may be having dreams about them or about whoever it is that we're talking about here that you have, that you're feeling stuck with. And they may come out as symbols in your dreams is what I'm just seeing here for you very specifically. It's also like a phoenix rising situation that is going on here. So I feel like a lot of subconscious is trying to rise up within you and really bring this into your awareness already, whatever it is that you're dealing here with, the whole situation, because there is like a lesson to be learned that will ultimately make you very strong, that is going to give you like a stronger base here. And this is very much subconscious. So it's like subconscious is knocking on your door already via dreams or via strange thoughts that come into your head, or if you actually are in meditation, or if you actually connected and can hear them, your guides are trying to communicate with you as well. But it's very much subconscious also. So absence, let me have a look. Haha, it doesn't say the heart, it says the soul. So the earthly meaning here for you, and it just got dark with my camera. I don't know why. Here we go. Better. Interesting now that I brought out the card. So light and shadow seems to be a topic here for you as well. Absence makes the soul grow stronger. The absence of agenda, stress, or the desire to wear a mask is required so you can be fully present once more. However, it is not what it presents, but what is missing that needs attention. Rather than fighting what you don't want, put your energy what you do want. But first, rest. Constant illumination brings burnout. So be careful with that, right? Because if you keep working on it and keep working on it, there will be a time where you just need to rest and, you know, reflect maybe also, or maybe just rest. Maybe just rest, and then things, because when you pick up fresh often, because how you know how you sleep just when it's just too much, and then you're just like, okay, well, I'll deal with it tomorrow. I'll sleep now and then I'll go back at it refreshed tomorrow. The spiritual meaning here is meditation connects you with your inner world where time melts into eternity and love is always present. Journey in meditation through the endless dimensions of self. Gaze into the dark mirror of eternity and see the infinite light of your soul. Remember what happened with the camera? It turned dark and then it turned light again. Relax and go within each day, even if it is only for a few minutes. Dark, quiet, inward journeys can be just as illuminating as bright outward ones. All right. Okay, and we're going to read Your guardian angel. Oh, no way. This is crazy. It was turned upside down, but it reads dreams. This is like one of those things. And that keeps happening so much more with the decks that I have now. They go together so well so that I will actually know up front how it's going to be laid out or what's going to come out. This is crazy. So dreams, this is a wondrous time of healing and positive transformation. Embrace life each moment and keep focused on your dreams. Retain the purity of your vision and you will draw success to you. All you ever wished for, even that which seemed a distant dream, is about to manifest. Now that is amazing. And of course, this has the purple color. So we had this in another reading actually where they reminded me of the Purple Heart, which is in North America. It's like for veterans. That's something that they receive, like a Medal of Honor of some kind. But they're bringing it up now again, the Purple Heart, but also the Violet Flame. And also, you know how you can use the Violet Flame to purify something and yourself and your energetic field, and also for protection. And also the violet is of course the crown. So you have that diamond white light with purple sparkles, basically. That's that. So crown opening for some of you here for sure, and receiving messages and hear those messages too. There's also an element of don't allow things around you to distract yourself. And now that I'm having my hand on those two cards, it is really like, you know, it feels like really going deep, and it feels very peaceful, because if you've ever felt that in meditation, it really goes deep. It goes deep inside. That peace can be felt, and it really like rings inside when you stay in that place. It's quite beautiful, and anything on the outside just drops away in that moment, really. What do we, thank you. All right, you have the Four of Coins. I'll draw them first and then I'll read them for you. This is going to be a straight line, I can already tell. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Wow, you have the Two of Wands. Oh, and you'll get a third one. Thank you. Wow. And you have the Five of Swords, which is that conflict, right? That's that, possibly that which keeps you stuck, but we'll see. But so does this, right? With the in the cage, the bird is outside and she's in that cage. Neither one should be in the cage. Should all be free. All right, let me see. So they're all very different. That is what is interesting to me here, because when you only are faced with 3 cards, it's pretty straightforward, right? There's not much room for interpretation. However, I feel like it's almost like past, present, and future kind of a thing here. And we have the Pentacles, we have the Wands, and we have the Swords. So a little bit of everything is being shown here to you. The Four of Coins here, that really represents to me being on your journey and how the waters were really rough. This actually feels to me like you had to leave something. And as you know my readings, or if you don't, know that I'm intuitively interpreting these, and that's what's coming through right now. It's not necessarily the traditional meanings here, okay? So it's like really, some of you must have really packed up your stuff, so it leads me to believe that you're no longer in a relationship, but it kind of like has an energetic pull still on you. And it most likely has to do with stability, like finding that stability within yourself, which is why the Absence card is also so important, to really come back to yourself and really allow yourself that time and space that you need in order to heal here. It's so important for you, because I see the waters were really rough. And look, this one's hurt too. It even lost an eye. Now, I'm not saying, of course, don't take this literal, right? But there were hurts. You were really, really hurt. And you know, eyesight is something very important, right? Especially if you've had it before, and then all of a sudden things are changing in a dramatic way. And that's what I feel here for you. And it looks to me like you left in a rush. It's almost like the Eight of Cups, strangely enough, because that's the feeling I'm getting from this card. Leaving in a rush because you had to, like packing up your stuff and leaving. All right. Yeah, and with this card immediately I'm getting the sadness. Now you're out, now you're free, but you aren't really free. And since the cage is around her head, that leads me to believe that this is mental. And again, the energetic connection, like you may be still thinking of that person, whoever they are to you. And so it's like your physical body is actually free from it, but your mental body isn't. And if you know anything about trauma or about hurt and pain, it's stored in the body. And this is why it's so important. It's your brain, but your brain is constantly sending signals to your body, or you may be unconsciously keeping yourself in that cage. And I know, like, this can be very difficult when you are trying to free yourself from this whole thing, because you see others do it, you see others move on from whatever they have faced, and you would like to do the same. Like, you would like to be that bird that is just flying off and being free, but that's just not possible in that very moment. And there's a reason for it too. You need to know that there is an energetic bond, and they keep drawing my eye, like an energetic cord, an energetic bond to that person. It's almost like when you're going back, there is a past life connection for sure, because see, all those cords and all those cages, I never really saw the card that way before, but it really is like that. And there are birds everywhere, right? So a bird for each cage. It's one of those karmic things, right, where there have been wrongdoings in a past life on either side. So you're coming together in this lifetime to really help each other solve that. And that helping often is interpreted in a very different way in the 3D world, where it's just like, this is so much pain, this was essential. But that specific pain here, my loves, has opened you up, because when it's just a little bit, we tend to ignore it. But when it really is strong, like it seems to be like in your case here, it really triggers us into growth and into freeing ourselves once more. And you may have even secluded yourself because of it, because it may have been too much for you at that time. But you're going to get out of this too, right? And it could have been that you're stuck in that for a while, but there's healing coming. And this is precisely what this is denoting to, because you do have the snake. And as you know, maybe snakes, like the venom of snakes, if you get a little dose, it's very healing. If you get too much of it, it is poisonous. And also the snake has long been the symbol for healing in general, right? It's even in the like medicine, like pharmacies and stuff, they do have the snake as a sign too. So this is a conflict with the 5 of Swords. And mental, again, like I said, that has been going on. But it's exactly, you know how Beyonce's song, and my torturer became my remedy. And it's exactly that. The torturer becomes the remedy. That which is torturing you today is your remedy tomorrow, is what they're talking about. So it's really like past, present, and future. Much like I said, I didn't plan on that at all. I just wanted for Spirit to tell us where this is going. And they are doing that. What now? Which one first? Yeah, so we're going to keep going with the good tarot and see whatever else wants to come out to get some advice what you can do right now for yourself. Thank you. 7 of Waters, which is denoting to that is you do have a choice here in the matter, although it may not feel like that in this very moment, but you do have a choice here, and that's always good to know. Thank you. Oh, yes. Yeah, okay. Messenger of Water. Yeah. Yeah, my loves. So, again, with the 7 of, first of all, it's like a grandma or a grandpa reminding you there's plenty fish in the sea. And of course you may say to that, but I only wanted that one, which is kind of depicted here in this one as well, right? Only wanting that one. And there's a reason for it, again, because when you're in a strong karmic tie, or a strong soul bond, again, you're helping each other. And this needs to be strong because it needs to be felt so you can really actually move through it and get the lesson. Often those lessons include loving yourself. If you haven't loved yourself before, if you have, then it's more self-love. Healthy boundaries, for example, is another one that's really strong with those. Realizing that we are codependent in certain areas, and all of that may be coming up. And since of course it's 2 water cards, we went from being in the mind to being in the water body, truly our water body, the resonance body, because there's so much water here. And it's also, of course, the emotions. And another indicator for me that this is stored in your body, so it may really help you to sit there for 5 minutes a day and just feel into your body. Yeah, because that's what can happen in meditation as well, where you're not going to the above worlds, but where you're going inside, internal. And that's what I'm feeling for you, because there's a lot of grounding that is happening with that, because it brings you back into your body. To some of you, you may have even, we're talking about a little bit of a disassociation here, where you're fleeing your body almost. And we're not doing this consciously, we're doing it subconsciously. We're just getting out because it's too much. But then when we come back, when we start to be present again, because that's what it is about, then we're working through the actual trauma. Then we can see, oh, I never saw this before, right? And how could you? It was subconscious until a certain point here, and then it was being brought back into your awareness. And here she is, right? This is, some of you may be connected to the fairy realms as well. And here she is, so much more free. There's no more cage around her. So the keys here for you are your emotions. Follow those. And to some of us, you know, feeling angry, feeling sad, those are negative emotions, but they're really not. They're a lot of the times really misunderstood, because they are legit. They do have their place. It's what you do with them that matters. So when they arise, what are they here to tell me? Listen to them. Don't send them away. They're messengers, because they're, first of all, only become louder when you don't listen to them. Plus, neglecting them is not a good idea in this instance, or in any instance, because it's like, they do have a sentence or two for you that will really help you here, because that holds a key. And that will set you free ultimately. Yes, looking at it can be painful, but guess what? That pain is going to disappear, because if you don't look at it, that pain's going to stay, regardless if you listen to the information and the emotions. Information, interesting, if you listen to the information or not. And that's a key component here, how you can get your power back. I love this. I really hope you guys find this helpful, because I feel this is amazing to actually get the power back here in this case, because that cage can feel like that was put around you, can feel like you didn't choose to put that cage around you and you didn't know how to remove it. And here's your how you can remove it and how you can help yourself, which is wonderful. And then you do have a choice. Which emotion am I choosing today? Because when you become emotionally literate again, which means being able to read your own emotions, because often we can't. Often we're emotionally illiterate. Really, try it out. There are emotional wheels that you can print out for free, and have a look at those. This is, you're going to be surprised, probably, at the range of emotions that exist and how much you can actually recognize in yourself. And I'm betting you that at least one, you didn't even, you weren't able to identify within yourselves. And then it is like, the more you listen to it, the more you confront yourself with your own emotions, the more literate you become, and the more you can actually choose which emotion you are in, right? Still regard them as messengers, but this is also the process of getting to know yourself and your emotions on a much deeper level. Awesome. I love this. I understand it's not that easy, that process, but it is so worth it. And then, with the messenger of water, of course that's that, right? And see all those pearls already, and she's now like a sovereign being here. Of course you may still be thinking of them, whoever it is, but there's no longer a bond. There's no longer any of that, because you did understand, you did learn your lesson, whatever it is here for you. Again, it could much likely in the realm of setting healthy boundaries, taking good care of yourself, self-love in general. Learning how to deal with yourself first. And then you can send them off because that switches the moment you understand and you really feel what this lesson is about. That's the moment it starts to transform, and you may even spontaneously, when before they may have been hate towards that person, or really feelings of I don't want them, and like pushing away, all of a sudden they can be very close again, but only in the sense of you don't mind that because you no longer need to protect yourself from them, because they lost every influence that they could possibly have on you. So it's fine. And there could even be spontaneous moments where you feel love for them, true love, where it's just like, wow, I understand where they came from, where I came from, and they may not necessarily understand. That's the funny part about it, right? Because then you understand the higher perspective and that agreement that brought the both of you. And you may not even, again, it doesn't look to me like they're still in your realm. It doesn't look to me, you may not be speaking. That's the feeling I'm getting from your reading here. They may even not be here on this earth anymore. But now all of that is possible again. Like you don't have to push it away anymore, because what you resist persists, right? But when you look at it, it resolves. And that's what that is. It will no longer be bugging you. No longer at all. And you won't feel like fleeing from it like you once did. Precisely. Oh my God, I love this. Yes, for yourself. Yes. And the key is the emotions here. Really looking at your emotions. And it looks so wonderful. There's a huge maturity process here too for you, for sure. And again, expressing yourself in the way that is you. So again, with that pain, something broke open that allowed you to have a look at a deeper issue. And that allows you then to show more of yourself, to be more aware of who you really are. And you didn't know that before. And congratulations for that one, my friends. Okay, I really hope this was helpful and or insightful to you. If you would like to book a private reading with me to get even deeper into your topic here, you may do so at universalpowertarot@gmail.com. All the information down below. Or if you would like to have a life coaching on that specific topic or any other topic, I'm here as well. That's a one-on-one call. My guides will be present, and we may even do like small readings or pull a card to get more info on your on your specific situation. So feel free. Everything you need to know down below. Much love, light, and shadow to you, my friends. Bye. Hi guys, hello. If you have picked pile number 2 with the pyrite, then this is your reading. So we're going to have a look. We're going to hop right into it. Wow, this is gorgeous. Have a look. It says stretch. Isn't she so beautiful? You may have a strong connection to the tree kingdom, actually. So interesting. And I'm immediately getting also strong roots in the ground to reach high up into the sky. So you need that first. Some of you may have accomplished that already to really get your grounding back. You know how Mother Earth has an incredible attraction through the magnetism, and that grows stronger the more you feel at home here on Earth and the more you recognize your human existence. So that is very interesting. And I'm going to read that card to you first before we get into the tarot. Oh my goodness, some of you may actually be expecting. This is very specific. Congratulations, that's amazing. To others, this could mean that you have a certain project that is on their way or on its way, right? And it's still in the kind of in the beginning, right? Maybe a couple months in. And I'm getting a lot of happiness actually with this card, like with that, like expecting something and being very happy about this. There's also the other element, because you wouldn't be here if you didn't feel stuck in any kind of relationship. So we're going to look into that right now. Here we are. Stretch. Earthly meaning is put yourself forward, stand in the sun, grab an opportunity and run with it. Yes, reach beyond the shade, out of the comfort of darkness and step into life. Wow, that is powerful. Holding yourself back is counterintuitive. Doubt, fear, anxiety, and grief may be part of your journey, but don't let them be your journey. My God, I just felt that surge of energy as I was reading that sentence, because that is so important, that they're part of your journey, but don't allow them to be your journey. That is so strong. Reach out, stretch yourself little by little, grow strong and live. Yes. Spiritual meaning here is, in a fleeting moment of grace, in the space between your thoughts, you glimpse a silent bliss that is beyond words or description. This all-encompassing love is your soulful spiritual center, It is without beginning or end. Reach for it, and this state of grace shall be a guiding light in this world and beyond. It is life. It is eternal. Beautiful. Wow. Yeah, here we go. Remember, a seedling doesn't grow beyond the canopy overnight. It gets there by consistently seeking the light that is just out of reach. Exactly. Yeah, but it won't be. It won't be. Just keep growing, keep watering it, right? Your projects. Of course, your baby may be growing almost by itself. Oh my God. Yeah, but you still have to, like, well, take care of it anyways, right? That's an important thing, of course. All right, guys, let's hop into... No, wait, they want me to read the guardian angel card for you. Oh my God, you have gratitude. I love that one. It reads, thank you. This is a heartfelt thank you from someone you recently helped in some way. I, your guardian angel, also wish to thank you for the unconditional love you emanate to the earth, humanity, and those around you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are eternally blessed. May peace, grace, and love forever guide you along your sacred path. Yes, yes. This is amazing. Really, really cool. Remember to drink water. There's a message for some of you, and I'm getting really thirsty. And remember to take care of yourself as well. Okay, that's really important to not forget about yourself during the whole process. Because especially if you're responsible for someone, it is important to take care of yourself first. Oh, okay, here we go. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for this. A heartbreak. 3 of Swords, right? 3 of Swords. We're going to pull the cards first and then we see. With the first reading we had, and this was interesting that it will come out like that. We had past, present, and future, and I'm kind of feeling that's what's happening right now as well with you. You have the Fool card. Isn't that so cool? Look at the witch on the broom. I love it. Or the female on the broom, however she identifies. But there's definitely some kind of a magic and movement involved here. And remember, from the darkness, the stretch card said precisely that, from the darkness to the light, which she just gotten a glimpse out of, and she knows now where she needs to go, not gender specific. Oh my God, I love this. All right, need to be careful not to get into it before I draw all the cards. What else, please, for pile 2? What else for pile 2, Spirit? What do you... This one. Yes, okay. Interesting. And you do have the 7 of Swords. You do have the 7 of Swords. All right. So now, my friends, let's start here. Oh, look at this. They drew my eye to the frog, so that may have significance for some of you. This could be rather specific. For others, you know, there's this fairy tale, or any fairy tale, where a frog, you kiss the frog and it turns into a prince, but this one didn't. It didn't turn into a prince or into a princess. It's not gender specific. And that caused quite a bit of heartache here for you. Quite a bit of heartache. But I kind of feel it is fading right now for you. It's just like, okay, there must be an acceptance, or you saw at some stage that he or her wouldn't turn into a prince or a princess anymore. And that's why I believe the relationship ended here. It could have been you that ended it, or it could have been them that ended it. And often it's like when someone sees that something is not working anymore, before they let the other person break up with them, they break up quickly themselves, and so as to keep control or power here a little bit. And often this just happens unconscious. Sometimes it does happen consciously, and I'm getting that feeling here too. It doesn't have to be for all of you, but I bring you the message here regardless. There's something about rain as well. So either you do like rain, a rainy day, or rainy months, a rainy year with that. But then again, like I said, with the Fool card, there's a lot of freedom in this with the birds. It's a sort of a rediscovery. It's also leaving something behind, right? It's starting anew, most of all, and not taking so much with you, but really leaving that behind, which is why I'm not feeling that heartbreak so strongly here. But still kind of like because she's not looking that way, which would mean the future. She's still kind of looking up towards the past, basically. And maybe she needs to switch directions here, because this one is turned that way. She is facing, if you can see, it's actually like this because it's mirrored. So she's looking at the past, it's mirrored, sorry. And this one's looking towards the future. So there needs to be some kind of a change in direction here, possibly realizing, oh man, I've been flying in the wrong direction. It's kind of like that thing. And that can happen in an instant, because it's also fast movement. Like, she's trusting and she's following, but she will recognize, or he will recognize at some stage here, that it doesn't go anywhere. So they do have to take that turn to, oh man, yeah, okay, cool. So it's like grabbing that broom and switching it around in a different direction, because you see, oh man, this other direction looks much better. There's something else there for me, and that will make me grow, that will make me expand. But know that the wrong direction is not really the wrong direction. You have been following that light, and you have been following where spirit has been trying to take you all this time anyway. So it's much like a U-turn. You're being brought back to that matter, to that issue here. So you may be feeling, why do I have to go back to that again? I don't understand. I thought I resolved it. Because there is still some kind of a key here for you that will then allow you to really make that U-turn and be like whoosh, really fast in the other direction. And what you are finding here, which is interesting that it was in the future position, is some kind of a deceit, possibly. Because this is still where you need to go, right? You still need to find that missing key here that will allow you to really close down this issue, whatever it is, that which has kept you stuck. Oh my God. And this guy or girl, woman or man, may really be quite the heartbreaker, because do you see this? And they may come in different disguises as well, because it's like one time they're a frog, the other time they are a raccoon, which are also really sneaky, right? They're really sneaky, and they have the swords in hand already. Those are the ones that are sticking the swords into other people's hearts. And that may sound really harsh, but that's how I really perceive it right now, which is also another reason why the topic of, you know, how people leave relationships sooner, as soon as they realize the other person would break up with them, they are starting, or they quickly break up with the other person, so as not to be humiliated, or as to keep control in the upper hand. And again, this is like someone who needs a lot of maturing here too when they do this, a lot of understanding themselves. So you in a way are teaching them too, first of all, by facing the issue head on now, and really getting that key back that you need. So when they see you again, should they ever see you again, maybe on social media or whatever, they could be having a look out for you still, because sometimes it's tough for them to let go as well. But there is the element of you understanding the other person as to why they did that it had nothing to do with you at all, nothing at all. It is just the way they act in general. That's something you really need to know, and to separate that, and that they are really coming from a self-deceptive way here too, not just deceiving the other person, but also deceiving themselves, which is, and I'm almost getting a little bit of understanding when you come to that point here, and a little bit of compassion for the other person as well, although they must have hurt you here, as to their point of view, their standpoint here as well. And that's when you come really close to forgiving, because when that kind of a compassion for the other side comes in, that's when you can actually really let it go. And that's what I feel Spirit is trying to tell you here. It's just a small thing, that's what I feel here, that will lead you to that compassion, that will lead you to that final piece that leads to you forgiving, being able to forgive the other person, because we don't forgive the other person truly, or we don't do it for the other person per se, we do it for ourselves. But with that, a lot of peace comes in, and that which has kept you stuck, also maybe in a growth process or hindering you here, is falling away. So you have all your energy you need for those projects or for your child, so that no longer keeps you stuck here, not even that little bit, because you don't want that. And obviously it is time to let it go, otherwise they wouldn't bring it up, right? What else? Yes, no, yes, no. Okay, these two. So we're starting with the Shamanic Soul Oracle. It's interesting because I didn't pull the cards up front like I usually would have, and I like it that way much better because that way we can freely move with the energies. Okay. And for those of you that don't know me, I don't pick them myself. I'm in constant communication with spirits, so they will let me know which cards to use. Yes. Oh my God. Okay, it really confirms here. So we have 3 more cards for you, my friends. The first, which is right below the heartbreak, is number 55, the Taming of the Wind. Taming of the Wind, 55, I mean, breaks down to a 10, breaks down to a 1, which is the beginning of the new, which is also confirming the Fool here. We do have the birds again, flying like the birds, you know, not resisting where the stream of the wind is trying to take you. If you've seen birds, they use their energy quite wisely because they're not doing like this, you know, to get against. They may do for a little while until they realize, oh no, that's really impractical. I'll just go with the wind. Much like the Fool, I'll just go with the wind, where the wind is taking me on my beautiful broom to explore wherever it is that I need to go, because that's the way I'll still get. I'll just take a different current, and that's precisely what already came out with the Fool. And again, we have that connection to the trees here that we mentioned in the beginning, because we have 3 times the tree image here for sure. So if you feel like you don't have a connection yet with trees, could be very beneficial for your journey to get in touch with a tree and also experience that energetic exchange that can happen, because they can really, really help us. Ask them first if you can make that connection, and then if they say yes, or if you feel, because we mostly feel it, often we don't hear them, but you can feel them, if that's okay. I can feel it. I actually see someone like holding their hands like that and making that connection with the tree, like being around that tree. So beautiful, guys. You can also just sit there, like sit on a tree, like on the roots of the tree, or just lean against it if you don't feel comfortable like doing it in public, and just place your hands like this. No one will even notice you're doing it. There's something in there for those of you that are starting out on the journey, or that are not quite comfortable to do it publicly. Here's the suggestion for you. Also with the wind, if I'm not mistaken, that is the east, like the direction of the east. So work with the guardians of the wind. That can help you shift. Also, there's an energetic shift that is occurring, and the east is denoting to new beginnings anyways, right? So go with the wind, listen to the wind. There's also, you know, the Pocahontas song where she listens to the wind and you cannot hear it, much like I said with the trees, but you can feel it with your heart where this wants to take you, which is precisely what the Fool's doing. So really going along with it and seeing where it takes you, because it does have a plan for you here, and that's important to know. And a very prosperous one at that too, because you do have the prosperity card basically of this deck, which is you're going to reap rewards big time. That's what that is. We again have the birds. So watch what the birds are doing. The birds are great teachers to have a look at, and they also sometimes, if you repeatedly see the same bird, that means something. Look up that bird, what they bring you, feel into it, what that means to you. And we have another 1, by the way, because this card has the 10. So these are the crops that are coming in for you. Some of you may be connecting with the divas as well. You know, with the spirits of the plant world. Very, very prosperous, yeah, by just following that path. And again, it may not look like that in the beginning. Much like the stretch card said, you know how you stretch towards the light? You do not necessarily are in the light when you're coming out of a darker process, but you know where you're going, like intuitively, your body and everything, it'll show you the way, because they know, like your body knows, your guides know. So allow for that stream to take you where it needs to take you, and trust and have faith in that process here. Okay, so this is where your power lies, in trusting the process, which is beautiful. I love how spirit is coming through and really actually giving you guidance that is, in my opinion, I don't know how you feel about it, but very tangible, where it's just like, yeah, do this and you'll be fine here, basically. And I need to show you these in combination. And then you have love. Look at that. And that's what we were talking about already with that little rascal here, because you may have not perceived them as such before. You may have really not liked them in the past, but this is about to change. Not in the sense of you're coming together. I don't feel that. Although, of course, it's your life. It's up to you, right? What you decide to do here. But what I feel mostly with this card is real change. Like a change. And this happens naturally. This happens completely natural. So it's not so much your own action and really wanting, but it's happening organically here for you, okay? Organically. And this is precisely compassion and love. Allow yourself to love and to be loved, and most of all, love yourself. And with that, again, you're radiating out so much, and I'm being brought to gratitude, right? Because you're helping them again too, and so many others, by your leading example here in the matter, and by your ability to forgive. And often, or even if it's just energetically here, the healing that you're doing for yourself is radiating out, and it's speaking volumes. So thank you so much for stepping into that place, for stepping into compassion and into forgiveness. But don't forget to feel your feelings. It's not like we wake up one morning, decide we're going to forgive and forget, and by noon we have forgiven and forgotten. No, you do have to face your emotions here too. Really, don't discard them, because they will lead you exactly towards where you need to go. If this resonated with you, it could be a little bit in part, like in pile 1 for you. But if you feel like this is it, then this is it. Yeah, and now they would like to read me like one more guardian angel card, which we'll do. And then we'll let you go off to flowing or whatever else you want to do. What do you have for pile 2, please, regarding this reading, Spirit? Thank you. Haha. Oh my, you're joking! You won't believe this, guys. You will not believe this. Didn't we say you're moving in one direction and you're making the switch? You have the traveler move in a different direction. This is crazy. I cannot make this up. Wow, and she's actually facing exactly that way, so towards the future, much like the very first card you had with a stretch. Traveler. Here we go. Welcome any opportunities to travel, either to the outer world or to your inner worlds. The Traveler card represents the gypsy spirit within. The opportunity to move in a new direction is coming your way, and ancestral wisdom is encouraging you to welcome it with open arms. Going on a trip is an exciting process, because not only do you learn about the world, you also learn about yourself. This card often comes up when you have a chance to go through a process of awakening and understand even more about the amazing qualities you have to share with the world. Yes, often such journeys can be lonely, but this in itself can teach you that you are never really alone, and your angels and ancestors are there for you. Yes, the road you are on may be the road less traveled, but this journey is going to be highly beneficial for your emotional and spiritual growth. If it isn't about covering outer distance, it's about covering distance within, and you will be evolving every single moment of it. Remember to keep things simple and to lighten your load. Much like the Fool. I'm so reminded of the Fool this whole time. Because that will make your journey more enjoyable. You're also being encouraged to see how far you've come and how you've really grown as a person, because this recognition will support you in going even further. Yes. And there's a good chance that along the way you'll make new friends who will become companions for a lifetime. Yes, that's awesome. That is so awesome. I want to leave her there, because this is kind of like the conclusion to this whole row here. Awesome. Where this single event that happened in the past is leading you towards. So I really hope this is helpful and or insightful to you. If you would like to book a private reading with me, you may do so to get more clarity on your specific situation and information on what you need to know here. Or you can book a life coaching with me, a licensed life coach and trainer for personal development. So this may also really help you because you don't have to do this by yourself, right? There's always someone you can reach out to. So it's a one-on-one call, and we may be drawing cards as well during that live session. And my guides are, of course, present to give you advice as well. All right, guys. I hope this was helpful and or insightful. Much love, light and shadow. Bye. Hey, guys. Hi. If you have picked pile number 3, 3 with the fossil, then this is your reading, and we're going to find out how you can get unstuck in your relationship, whatever that may be, and how you can empower yourself, what you can do in order to move forward. So we're going to start with the Sacred Earth Oracle, and this is so cool. I love that card. It says expectation. Isn't that so gorgeous? And yeah, it's like that moth that is taking flight. So this is like shadow work incorporate is what I'm getting with this. It's also looking completely towards the sun. There's an incorporation process that is happening for you currently. We also have the rose depicted, which could have a connotation to Mary Magdalene, which you may have a strong connection to. Look that up and see if that resonates with you. It is also really starting to shine like the sun. I'm perceiving her as, you know, this Native American woman coming out of a teepee. Actually, that's what I'm seeing, and staring into the morning sun and just being content to know I am here. Like, this was my journey and I'm here now, and like being bathed in that gorgeous morning light and knowing there is a new dawn that is happening right now. And also with moths, you know, they're symbolized for shadow work, but this one is colorful. So it's like you found in your shadow a lot of colors, because if you just had one palette, if we just looked at the light, in order to color like completely different and in a much more awesome way, you also need the palette of the shadow, and to know both, get familiar with both palettes. And that's what I feel you did here, which is quite amazing. And with the bulls here, or with the buffaloes in the pictures, it's really, they're so strong, so powerful, right? And so earthy as well. So let's have a look at expectation for you. Here we go. So expectation, earthly meaning, confront your ideas about a situation, a relationship, or yourself. Poke, dare, test your expectations. If it is real, it will remain. Oh yeah. Be honest, reflective, and determine if an accepted truth is truly serving you and those you care about. Consenting to things turning out okay is settling for less. Expect more for yourself and your circle. Let go of what you know to make way for wisdom. And the spiritual meaning is inspiration breaks through expectation like a lightning bolt. Yes. It awakens inside you, shatters doubt, and fills your life with creative energy. Every day you are the creator of a new world. Yeah. Be the creator of a fairer, more inspiring, and positive one. Shift perception, raise expectation, and burst into a new horizon. Hope anticipates better days ahead. Happiness makes better days today. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, here we go. And there's one more. Happiness is not conditional on what lies ahead, but on how you respond to the here and now. Let go of what you know. Forge pathways. Knock down assumptions, breach your horizons, and be home once more. Yes. All of that. Yes. What I'm getting with this, some of you are still in a relationship for sure, where there needs to be some sort of a reframing that is happening, or new boundary setting, or reasserting yourself in that very relationship. To others, you're no longer in a relationship. Or it's just like, much like I mentioned, but all of these I can feel with family, with friends. So it's actually all of the mentioned ones, basically. Could also be the relationship to spirit, interestingly enough, but this is, I feel, just a small amount here. All right, guardian angel card for you. You have a prayer card. Dear God, help me always to remember that this present life is a fleeting moment within eternity. Help me always to remember that this life is but a dream. Help me always to remember that you exist within everyone and everything. Help me always to remember that love is all there is and all else is an illusion. Thank you. Oh, yes, absolutely. Nice. Okay. Let's have a look, shall we? With the other two readings, we had past, present, and future, and then we had the oracle cards speak um, as to what you can do. So this is your situation and where you're going, but we'll see how yours goes. Thank you. Yes, the world, a happy completion, yes, or a successful completion of something. You could be a fixed sign, Cancer, Leo, Cancer, Taurus, or why am I saying Cancer? So once more, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Sorry about that. Okay, what else, please, for pile 3? Thank you. Whoa, the Lovers. So like I said, still in a relationship for most of you. That's what I could feel here too. Reasserting your boundaries in that very relationship. Because often it doesn't mean that something has to go sour or bad, but something that you could feel stuck with in a certain relationship. And then you have Temperance. Wow, you have 3 major arcana. So this is big, guys. Really, really big. Wow. So there's a need for patience as well. Something is coming to an end. So you could have been in that cycle of developing yourself for quite some time. Either yourself, your relationship, or something else in your life. And this is coming to a successful completion, or has come to a successful completion here. And now, like I said, it's the integration process that is happening currently here, where you feel your expectations that you used to have no longer match who you used to be and who you are now. So there needs to be, again, a reframing, and communication, open communication is key here for you. I can already tell you that, because when there's so much change happening, imagine the relationship like this, right? And once one person does something or shifts, the scales won't stay like this. The scales will start to move as well to kind of balance out what is happening on the other side. And that's precisely what is happening here too. And there is patience required. And the funny thing is, with the other two readings, pile 1 and pile 2, it was very clear, past, present, and future. And with you, I feel it's completely merging. So whatever it is that you set in motion is affecting the past, the present, and the future. And they're kind of like flowing together. And I'm getting this, yeah, the eternal movement, you know, the infinity symbol. That's what I'm being shown here. Wow. Yeah, so successful completion, and yeah, something old could have been breaking away. Do you see these? They're being split apart by this energetic stream. So either you used to be in a relationship that no longer worked out because of your evolutionary process here, your growth process, spiritual or personal, or both. Could have been friends, family that broke away here, or that didn't understand where it was that you were going. But others stayed with you, or others came then into your life, right? But only because you have healed so majorly, you have transformed so majorly, and you have come into more of yourself, because that's when you start to be a magnet for different things. It's no longer a magnet for the lessons that you need to learn, but it's rather a magnet for who you have become now. And again, allow for that changing process, for that recognition process here of yourself, because often we do have to get to know ourselves a little bit more and a little bit deeper again after that. And what do we really like? Who do we really like to hang out with? Who would I like to be in relationship with? And again, this can be a tense process, or a challenging process on if you are in a relationship. Because again, like I said, one scale moves, the other moves too. There's no staying still for the other scale in that. And so they may have to start changing and start moving as well, and start growing too along with you. So key here is definitely an open communication. Like, really tell them how you feel. Really show them who you are. Like, don't hide that to anyone, because that'll only attract the wrong people. That'll give people the wrong impression. And when you're really, for example, when you're going to a different country, or when you're planning on living in a different country, I know right now, if you're watching this during the pandemic, then it's not so likely, but who knows? I've seen several people actually do that during the pandemic, just moving somewhere or moving around. Yeah, but if you're going to a different country and planning on living there or staying for a longer time, there's always the chance on, what if I'm just myself? Because there's no history attached to you at that point when new people meet you and when new people come into your life. This is also why it's kind of tricky when you are in a relationship and trying to change, because the other person already knows you, knows your history, knows your patterns. So it's kind of harder to step out of those patterns when you're not when you are in a relationship, or when your family, your birth family, still sees you or tries to in some cases, this is what's coming through now, you have to leave toxicity in order to heal, because if you stay in that toxic thing, you don't get the chance to heal. So to some of you, there was a breakup from family or from toxic friends of such, so that you could move into something that is a lot more authentic and where you actually started to heal yourself, which is so, so important, which could in some cases have attracted your mate here. There a lot of passion here too, a lot of understanding and mutual respect, but this is very different from rather cold environment to a fairly hot environment here is what I can see too. Yeah, and here you are sorting things out with yourself. There's no one in this card. Now, that doesn't mean that your partner won't be with you, but this is a matter that needs some reflecting, I feel, some feeling into, and you are the only person that can do that, basically, because no one else can really look inside yourself. It's hard enough to know yourself in some form or capacity, but we often enough expect others to just know us when we don't even know ourselves. And this is precisely the process that you're going to be stepping into here. It's not a hermit mode per se, but it is something that requires a bit of patience, a bit of time, set aside time to get to know yourself anew as the gorgeousness that you are right now, because often we don't know that. In that stage that you're in, you most likely do not know everything yet. It's like a getting to know yourself all over again, which can also be a beautiful process when you know that that's what's actually happening right now. When you don't, it can be really confusing, and it's just like, things change in my life and I don't know where this is going. Well, this is what's happening for you. Check back, of course, if that's resonating with you. Yeah, but that's what I can see here. To some of you, this is also a past life kind of a thing, and also a connotation to call in your spirit guides, your spirit animals, to help you and really adapt those abilities that they have. Could also be very beneficial to get in touch more with animals, with the animal kingdom. Yeah. Maybe you've been in a past life an animal yourself, and maybe you've come into that understanding, although that I see as rather specific information here right now. Yeah, but allow them to guide you, allow them to help you. Yeah, that's that. All right, let's draw more cards, the oracle cards now. Yes. Yes, okay. So we're going to go with the good tarot and see what wants to come out here for you. What do you have for pile 3, please? Pile number 3, please. What do you have, Spirit? What's going to empower them? Thank you. Haha! Rising up, rising higher with the Page of Air here. Page of Air. That's mental. Let me see. What else, please? Is there another? No. What do we have for pile 3, please? Yeah. Whoa! And the Hierophant. High-level commitment, but also... Whoa! But also very spiritual journey here for some of you. Very spiritual journey. Some of you may be starting to do rituals or have started to do rituals. Like, keep going with those if that's what you're doing. Wow, it is stepping into your power here, and that's why they said past lives as well, and it's all of a sudden starting to hit me, and it may feel like that to you as well. You don't even have the chance to really process, and you're really stepping into the whole thing, though, as soon as you start to open that box, because that's what she precisely does here. She's opening that box of Pandora, and all of these animal past lives and animal spirits come out of that box. So that's what I feel. As soon as you start to tap into that, it's going to be highly beneficial, but also a fast-moving process here for you, where, past lives come into your awareness, and you're stepping into your power fully. You may even remember past lives as a priest or priestess here. That's incredible. And you may be starting to realize how powerful you actually are. And this is kind of like, and it's interesting because it's a stepping away from whatever has happened into your life so far. It doesn't mean stepping away from your relationship. It just means you're being elevated here to something new. And again, it's an integration process that is happening right now. So yeah, it may feel uncomfortable, but when you know what's going on, you also know that this will be over at some stage. And this is where you're landing with the Hierophant as possibly a very spiritual person, whatever this means to you. It can be any religion or anything, or not even a religion at all, but just what you make it out to be, what it is to you, spirituality. And look, she's looking up to the heavens, still looking for answers in this one, and still kind of like a younger version of that one who is fully mature and just so powerful, right? Just really there. Some of you could be identifying as earth angels here. Yeah, this is, I feel like, crying out to spirit, why this happened, right? Why me in some instances here? And then receiving the answers, and it is coming in, and then all of a sudden being so freaking powerful. Like, this is really a boom in there. But again, it could be, I'm being drawn to the marriage rings here. To some of you, expect, if you are not in a committed relationship right now or in a marriage, there could be, like, this one could turn, if you're in one, this could turn into a very serious commitment here. And if you're not, someone may be coming in for you again, because you started to attract different things, different scenarios in your life, different people into your life that specifically meet you where you are right now. But it is important for you, and that's the thing, to really take that time now to find out what it is. Otherwise, you're maybe sending confusing signals, and you don't want to be doing that. You want to be very clear. So it is up to you if you decide to really take that time for yourself and feel into that and find out, because the sooner this confusion is stopping, and the sooner desired results can come in for you here. Okay? All right. Totally enlightened here, by the way, too. Very straightforward, very, wow. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no wonder. You have another confirmation here, because you do have the Sage card, be committed and devoted. That very much speaks to the Hierophant card here as well. It goes hand in hand, and I'm going to read that one to you. Sage. Be committed and devoted. Be willing to go the whole road and back again. This will allow you to be the best you can possibly be. The Sage represents the wise one within. When this card arises, it shows that you are preparing to become a great and insightful teacher. Yes, to your peers. It guides you to take notes, as the wandering yogi is on this card, because your knowledge and life experiences can impart incredible insights to those with whom you come into contact. This card is also about observation and becoming more aware of who you are and of all your inner workings, because that awareness can bring more clarity to your decisions. Devotion is a powerful energy. Right now, angels and ancestors want to acknowledge how committed you are to your growth. Your continued dedication to this aspect of your life has been recognized, and your understanding that you're not only a body but also a soul is all you need to continue growing and expanding. The energy of oneness is offering itself to you now, and it's important you take some time to integrate it all. Oh my goodness, this is such confirmation for what we already said, so that you can be supported and guided by it. Exactly. This is what the divine wants for you. Make a note of experiences or teachers making themselves known to you at this time, because you're going to share those teachings one day too, precisely. And so coming into the Hierophant here. So this is pretty big for you, I would say. Wow. Yeah, and like we said, 3 major arcana. So anything that has happened has served its purpose and has had its sense, whatever it was in your life, because it leads you precisely on that golden path that you're on to being the Hierophant, to being the Sage here, and to step into your full mission and purpose and such. All right, my friends, I really hope this was helpful and or insightful to you. If you would like more information on your personal situation, please reach out to me for a private reading if you feel so inclined. All the information down below in the description box, or you can also book a 101 life coaching session with me, where we could cover anything really, from spiritual awakening journey to your business, if you're stepping into your business and need some advice there, or life coaching in general, because I'm a licensed life coach and a trainer for personal growth. All right, my friends. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sending you so much love, light, and shadow. Bye, guys.